What's that? That's the original 450.
It's my Spermus.
Okay, yes. I'm going to say, 'cause it's not the big one. Is that to make sure the birds can see it more clearly?
It's to protect it more than anything.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so you've been shopping,
I have. Yes.
and I haven't seen this yet,
You haven't?
but I pretty much got a good idea what it is.
Yes, you probably have.
I've got my 400 4.5 here.
Oh,
although
400.
you might not be able to see it on
Of course,
the screen,
I
'cause
can't
it's-
see it. Where
it's
is it?
camouflaged. It's more for
that's it.
protection. I just because it's just bigger lenses always get knocked around, don't they? Your little knots.
Right.
But beautiful light lens, which I haven't used for almost 2 months now because
So last year.
it is last year because I got my 400 2.8. So this I haven't used yet, but I can't sell it. It's just too gorgeous to sell
Yeah.
at the moment.
I I did borrow it and I did enjoy it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Just got to edit the
Video
photos.
coming soon. Video,
Yeah,
yeah,
Video
coming
definitely
soon.
coming soon. Yes.
So yeah. So what were you after then? So why do you need a new lens?
Need is a very difficult word, isn't it?
It is
Is it need or want?
a bit of both.
You end up trying to justify the need. And I've been putting it off for a while. But I'm going to a couple of events where I thought it would be useful. Well, I'm going to the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Okay.
So it's motorsport,
Motorsport. Okay. Yeah.
very
yeah,
general
yeah.
terms.
All right.
I'm going to an air tattoo, or the air tattoo, which is a air show.
Okay. Well, what you have already? Yeah, the 70 to 200.
Yes,
And well, that's your longest lens, isn't it?
it is, yeah. Ever. I've never had a longer one.
So you needed something a bit more reach, but a bit more flexibility.
Yeah.
So what did you end up?
A 56. No, I didn't. Well, you'll know.
Wow! Look at that. Oh, look at the same. It's the same size, more or less.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is 4.5 stroke. Is it 5.6? And yours is
4.5.
0.5.
Well, obviously mine's a much better lens. We don't need to
course.
do
We know
review
that.
of that.
Because you're Mr. Prime.
Wow.
So yeah, I just wanted the flexibility.
You know what? Right. When I bought your Z8, that sounds.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
For me. Thank you. Yeah.
I was at the photography show and I bought your Z8 because they had a brilliant deal on it. There were 3 people in front of me, and they all asked for that lens.
Really.
And I said to the guy, I said to the counter, because I couldn't believe it, I said, they're all just asked for the same lens. So yeah, that focal range is so popular,
Yeah.
and the lens is so light, and it's an S lens.
Yeah.
They're just flying. They just can't sell enough of them. And here we are.
So yeah, I think that does a 70 to 200 zoom internally.
Yes.
I thought it did. Yeah. So
Oh, it's an externals there?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You got
Sorry.
a receipt?
I have actually. Yeah. Send it back. So
I didn't know it did that. Actually.
I mean, I love the 70 to 200. Always will. F2.8. So any indoor events, music gigs, anything like that, that will just. It's always my go-to.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's my first. I'm going to be scrutinised like every good opposition should.
Yeah.
You got the 70 to 200, your favourite lens.
Yes.
That does half of that already,
Yes.
and at 2.8.
Yes.
So really, you've got it for a 200 to 400 that you're missing out on, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Thank
Now
you.
you've got all that range. But, how will you be disappointed with the image quality compared to your 70 to 200? That's 2.8. And now it's like a 4.5.
So you're assuming that the best image quality is always at the most open aperture, are you?
Yeah, of course.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
what I'm thinking is, as I said, indoor events, any events where you want a shallow depth of field, portraits to some extent,
Yeah.
it's just a fantastic lens. I'll always have it,
Yeah.
never sell it. But I'm thinking daytime events where the light is not an issue so much, so not relying on 2.8, where
Yeah.
depth of field is not an issue. So something like a motor event, the air show. I know it's still not going to be long enough, but at least it's longer than 200. Later in the year, I'm going abroad to do the six-a-side World Cup again.
Like those 3
See.
guys in front of me buying the
Yeah.
the focal range is so useful. Landscapers love this lens.
Yeah, they do.
Because they all usually have the 24-70 and then they've got a 100 400 and it's light, and it's going to be good quality. It's S quality. This is S quality. Let's have a swap. Oh, it's about the same weight.
I think it's slightly heavier than this.
That's the cover on it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh,
No,
look at these
that's
ears.
slightly heavier.
This is slightly
I
heavier.
think so.
Well, it's noticeable
Possibly.
anyway. It's hardly anything. Oh, you've took the collar off.
Yeah.
That's why it's even less.
Yeah. And it's virtually the same length as a 70 to 200, and
Yeah.
which I use that.
No, that's a perfectly.
Yeah, so
Very
it'd be
useful.
interesting. I mean, looking at the reviews, some people say that after 320, it
Right.
starts to just get
Degrade a bit.
absolutely but it's don't do
You've got
that.
dust on it already. You're a dust fiend.
Well, that's because it's second hand.
Oh wow. Oh, is it? Oh, you got it on
It's
the
used, yeah.
You got it on a used deal then from. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got a good price? Right. I forgot to do in the first video. So we're using 285s for this video. Side by side,
Are we?
we've got yeah. That's why there's no, I haven't done it.
I wonder where my lens was.
And I've done it side by side because, I'll take a picture. Because
Well, they're both Nikon H5 1.8.
one is, we have to do a, just see the difference. If I put my hand like this, it will disappear because
Oh, right. The space-time continuum.
space-time continuum, Einstein,
Yeah.
equals everything is c squared. There's our setup. I don't usually do them the same angle, but so Yong Nu,
Yep.
I think the way you say it.
Yeah.
Apologise in advance, but I've sent me an 85 1.8 to review, so I've just got it, and this is the first time I'm using it. So I thought,
Okay.
wow, this would be a good side-by-side comparison with a Nikon, and see what the colour tone's like, sharpness, contrast, and it'll be really interesting to see. And that'll be a review coming soon as well. So that'll be, and then third party, I've never heard of them, but out of the box, it seems it's actually really good quality already. Actually,
1999
oh okay,
for a sort of a 9.
that's what they're selling.
9 plus. Yeah. I
dog
know.
food show,
All right,
so
okay. Rub
it's
it
the
in.
standard.
Rub it in.
No, that's good. That means you got it at the best.
Yeah.
price.
I mean, it's
I mean, for we did wildlife the other week, and we were using my 2.8, and you used my 4.5.
Yeah.
And for wildlife, can I assume you didn't need anything shorter than 400 for wildlife?
Correct.
Yeah, you needed something longer, if anything.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't go for this lens.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
It'd be waste having the anything below
But
400.
after I came with you and got bitten to bits, my wildlife career started and ended on the same evening.
Yeah, well,
So I'm not too worried.
but you're so lucky. You're a lucky charm for wildlife
Oh.
because back in April we did see the murmuration. The first time we went, beautiful sunset,
Yeah.
beautiful murmuration. I went back 2 or 3 times a week. Never seen it as good as when you
I
said it.
ordered it
And
in.
you only went once.
Yeah.
And then we went the other week to see the owls, and the owls rarely come out in daylight, barely at all. And they came out in daylight for you.
Ordered that as well.
Lucky
It's called me Dr. Doolittle.
Yes, no, I'm really fascinated. I've always been fascinated how this will compare to that.
Yeah. Well,
Because
this is, I mean, you lent me this, very
Yeah.
kind of you, because
Yeah.
it's so last year, you don't care now because you got your 2.8. But I must admit, it was really nice, the results when you get them on the computer. Beautiful lens,
Yeah,
definitely.
it is.
But
Yeah.
you're Mr. Prime, I'm Mr. Zoom. I just like the flexibility because what I mainly do is events.
Yeah.
So, and,
Yeah.
You know, I need the
No.
flexibility of a Zoom.
I bought one lens that does one focal length, and this does all that and more.
Yeah.
I'm hoping my prime lens is better than this
It will be.
to justify the price.
I don't know by how much. Though.
Because that's what, 25% more value?
Yeah.
I think that's 2.5. I bought it for 2.5.
Yeah.
Well, that's 25%.
It's 25%.
I'm good. I've got maths right for once.
It's taken a while, but I've got there with him.
That's good.
Simple maths.
So yeah, 25% more value.
Yeah.
You'd think. Well, it'll be we'll do.
We will do a
test
comparison.
review.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's going to be much better.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought that to use with teleconverters because hopefully it's a better starting point. And it'll be interesting to see how this works with teleconverters as well, because that's a whole other story, I guess. But no, I'm really looking forward to compare the two when they're both S lenses, both 400s, very similar aperture at 400 really,
Yeah.
5.6, 4.5.
Yep.
I mean, you said about the depth of field. I think any long focal length has that depth of field
Will do, yeah.
naturally built in.
Things get
'cause
compressed. At that
it's just-
range, so.
I mean, I've got my 400 2.8. I haven't actually thought about what it looks like at 2.8. Like the background compression, I don't really care.
You're not doing it, using it for that.
No, not at the moment, but I haven't really done that. So yeah, I think the focal length is the master of depth of field anyway. Oh, it has a 3 meter. The one advantage I know of this lens, the minimum focus distance is a lot shorter with this.
Is it?
Because it's a zoom lens. It has a massive advantage over that, which is that one's quite bad. I think that's 4.5 meters.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what this is, but I know it's a lot shorter. And I've just noticed the 0 to 3 meter.
Or the full, yeah.
So that's obviously showing already it's much better. It's a whole meter difference in minimum focal difference, which can be
that
amazing.
doesn't relate to the minimal focal distance, does it? Yeah. You can tell it only to focus at things that are at least 3 meters away. Speed up focus.
Yeah. I use that a lot.
Rather than trying to find things closer. It will obviously focus on things closer than 3 meters, otherwise it wouldn't have the option.
Exactly, which is great. Okay, so do you guys have either of these lenses and wish to think, well, which one would you get out of these two? Because obviously a prime lens has its restrictions. Exciting times.
Can I be back now, please?
Well, yes.
I haven't used it yet. Literally haven't taken a
No,
photo.
really?
No.
Okay, great. And you're going to use the lens hood with it?
It came with one.
I'll tell you what, they're more useful than you think with longer lenses.
Yeah.
For sun glare and because of...
At least this one won't be for some other 400 mil lenses we know of. I don't think the lens hood will cost me £889 if I lose it or damage it.
Well, I've got a cover for that now, so it's even more expensive.
Yeah, it's called a safe. You put it in it and lock it up, leave it.
Right, okay, see you next time.
See you next time.